takes courage.
Yeah.
Healing stuff and saying, I'm going to do this. No matter what is going on in my life, I am committed to the inner work. That's some strength. It takes courage to be strong,
right.
to do inner work, to heal,
it
to
really
say,
does.
I'm going to do this. And not only am I doing this, I'm doing it for my past generations so that I can quantum leap this physics into the future. That's some deep stuff.
That's deep.
That's some deep.
It's really deep, you know, and I think the moment, at least for me, is so perfect of kind of coming out of a month where I've been stuck and there's been some toxicity and there's been negativity, and just trying to find my way of healing through that, but then also rising above it and transforming past it and realizing that is not, that behavior is beneath me, and that I have to find ways of being a little bit stronger so that I don't take it in. I am a sensitive soul, and I take this stuff in, and I realize it literally can physically make me ill, and just that strength. So,
that's why we have to continue to say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Yeah.
Whatever you try to do to me, come back on you.
Right.
We got to start taking our spiritual power.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that. Because people with colonized minds, they're afraid of this kind of work.
Yes.
They're afraid of somebody who got a spiritual warrior. So you know what? We got to be spiritual warriors, and that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
You know, you got to tell them it's boomerang back to you. Whatever you're trying to do to me is boomerang back to you.
Yeah. And thank you for bringing us together, Mimi. It's a beautiful notion.
United Nations. United Nations
created this moment for us to really capitalize, and you had a beautiful thought, and now this thought has blossomed into this moment that we're having, and here we are freezing our asses off. But
and
I just want to say, I think it's important also that we be patient with one another, because we have to keep in mind this wasn't your typical slavery. There was some prisoners of war, there were some that were sold, there were a lot that were stolen, but there was also something that we've never seen before. Usually slavery ends when that person dies, but it doesn't go on to their children and their children's children and their children's children. So there's been generations and generations of slavery that has gone on, of programming that has gone on, of all the oppression that has gone on. So we really have to be patient with one another. We're not all going to be on the same page at the same level. Just show patience and forgiveness, and try to help one another. Try to get rid of the inner hate that somehow has been inbred in many of us, and try and overcome it. Try to heal that so that we're not passing it on to the next generation.
Yes, that is so true. Thank you for that. It's so true. Just the collective, forgiveness, the collective acknowledgement of what we've all been through, acknowledgement of why within the Black family today there's so much dysfunction. It really comes from our origins that we're still trying to heal. And
we're angry, and we thinking we're angry at each other. And it's angry at the system.
Oh, it's
angry at the system. You're not angry at me. You're angry from the system. You're angry because you need to heal some things in you. That's why you're angry.
So true.
It's not me. I didn't do it. I'm trying to heal like you.
Exactly.
Like you said, we're all just at different levels. And we just have to have the courage to do it. And white people need this work, especially white people need this work. They need to heal their ancestry. They need to start dealing with those Akashic records and start having healing groups and cutting those cords of hatred, racism. They need to do the work. And that's why I know when white people aren't healing, aren't real, because I don't see too many doing the work. I've known a few in my lifetime, but I don't see the majority of them doing the work, and they don't language it. If you're not languaging this to me, I don't believe anything you're telling me about being an ally.
They want to say the right thing, the PC thing, but then when you try to talk to them and help them and try to educate them and try to give them that knowledge that they say they want, they don't want it really. I just had this actually with a friend, an old friend, someone that's been like a best friend, but the racist stuff coming out of her mouth is just is like
Yeah.
beyond me. And when I try to help her, they just resist.
Yeah.
You know, people say they want to learn, but
Yeah.
they really don't.
But they really
want to
don't.
just resist and say,
Yes.
no, that's not right. That's
Yeah.
not. Well, then why'd you ask me? And why are
Yeah.
you bringing it up for the millionth
Yeah,
time?
please
then?
don't bring it up to me, because I purposely don't hang around certain people sometimes, because I'm like, don't ask me nothing, because you don't want the answer I'm going to give you. You want a nice, easy one.
They want to stay comfy.
You want a trend word. I'm not going to give you that,
Yeah.
because I'm about depth. I'm about healing.
Yeah.
So how are we going to do this relationship? Are we going to get deep, or are we just going to stay surface? Then we just keep it light.
Rush and keeping it light. Like, if you know, I'm just not really interested in any
Yes.
fake relationship. Even if people that I've known for years and years, it's like, this is the time to be real. And if you can't be
Yes.
real now, then there's just no hope for you. So
Right.
we can't really hang any. You know, I don't know what to say to you anymore.
And especially as women, we need to raise our voice. This is our time
Right.
to speak up.
Yeah.
Speak up. We are the carriers of the children. So we have to heal our wounds because of the ancestry. The DNA came through our ancestry. We have healing. We have work to do in our wombs to carry spiritually
Yeah.
to the next generations of
Right.
women. And even by us doing this work and somebody sees this, they're going to be transformed.
Right.
If we can only transform and help one person that ends up having children, then their whole lineage changes because
Yeah.
we're doing this work.
Exactly.
So that's all it means.
Yeah.
At Ocean, only 57 years ago was segregation. This is post 57 years ago of segregation. We are here. We still doing this work. And we are standing on the shoulders and the promises and the intentions of our ancestors, what they had for us. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
They tried to mix us up.
And they're still trying.
And yes, they took away our language, took away our identity,
Our religion.
everything.
Everything.
And we still kept that tradition? What? How? We some bad mofos. We are bad. We are powerful more than we think we are, you know, to be here. So this changes a lot, you know, by four people being here. Because all it says is where 2 or 3 are gathered.
In his name.
And yes, we're here.
And that's it.
So we changing things. We are changing things. And people around the world who've decided, you know, who are collectively doing this with the United Nations to be in solidarity of this day of remembrance, that we are remembering that they were royalty. Some of those prisoners of war were royalty.
Absolutely.
Some were warriors. Some were loving husbands and fathers and children and artists and creators. And those people came through us. You know, I did my DNA and I had like so many chromosomes, you know, from Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and it was showing me the path. It showed like, you know, the path of my ancestors, and then it showed the slavery, and you could see all that. But it had like 99.9% of chromosomes still there.
Wow.
And it's like, wow, that is in me. I am in them. That is in you. You are in them. That is in you. You are in them. That is in you.
And it's such a great remembrance, a remembrance of that, because I have to be reminded all the time of who I am, that I am the descendant of kings and queens.
Yes.
And I have to be reminded all the time because that world is harsh out there, you know?
Yes.
And it's just a beautiful moment, and I'm so glad that we're here communing together.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
You know.
Ashe.
It's
To the ancestors, we thank you in gratitude for your life and what you've done here. Even the ones that passed away, the ones that fought, the ones who died horrific deaths. We take that pain and use it to power to continue to do this inner work for generations to come, to heal this trauma and to cut the trauma and make it about passion and purpose, living in passion and purpose for the edification of their spirit. Yeah.
yes. Amen.
Amen. Ashe.
Africa, and I remember just breaking it down into tears on several different occasions, because you're over there and all of a sudden you feel that you're from this place. Whatever situation you're in, you're just like, oh, you know, because you hear a song and it's not American rap, it's not American soul, it's not American R&B, but you can tell, like, we came from that.
Yes.
That is us, and it just makes you cry every time you have this kind of, you know, this moment where you see, like, oh, that's the puzzle piece called me. That's it. And I just would break down crying several different situations.
Wow.
And the friend that I was with, I was over there shooting a movie, but when we were done with the movie, I traveled around with this Israeli guy, my Israeli boyfriend. And he was telling me, this white guy, this is what you're going to feel. This is what's going to happen to you.
Wow.
You're going to start crying. And I'd be like, oh. And he'd be like, I know, I told you.
Aww.
And he wasn't even black, you know? But just the recognition of Mother Earth, the origins of Africa, where we all came from. And just when you're over there, you feel it. It's just in you. You just feel like, oh, I'm not American, I'm African.
Yes.
And it just was such for me, it's just a memory.
And to
that
see
I
people
never
look like you.
forget.
Like when I went to Nigeria, I could see everybody from Detroit. I was like, they look like they're from Detroit.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
And and all the traditions that we held on here, that we passed down.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could tell practically which tribe you were from way back then.
Yes.
You know, and it just was an incredible experience, and I'm actually trying to get back there. So I've been twice, and I think one more time.
I've only been once. And I didn't even know my bloodline came from Nigeria, and I went to Nigeria first.
Wow.
And I found out 80% of my DNA is Nigerian. Wow. And I was like, what? And then all of my clothes are from Kenya, like Kenyan designers. And on my mom's side, 3 generations back was our mitochondrial E from Kenya to Sudan, and then went to Armenia, to Saudi Arabia, to Iran, to Pakistani. I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
And I was already buying clothes, making hummus, already doing the influences of it, going to Nigeria, didn't even know this.
Exactly. You find yourself in behaviors that you've done your whole life, and you didn't realize, no, your mom and daddy didn't teach you that.
Right.
That was in you. That was born into you. That was your righteous bloodline born into you. It's just like, you know, a little baby says something like, how'd they learn that?
Yes.
It's just in them already.
Yep.
And that was what traveling has really done for me. And I'm really trying to do some, much more traveling this year, because it's been kind of quiet in my life the past decade, and I want to change that.
Yes. And that's why this ancestry work is so important.
Yeah.
It might seem small to people, because healing is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like I think we live in a generation that people don't really think healing is real. That you can heal. Yeah. That you can heal from some stuff, that you can change, you can transmute some energy in your life. Yeah. People are just now tapping into that. Yeah. You know? And those of us who are in the ocean and who have this unique, relationship, we've already tapped in. Right. We know that somewhere in our ancestry, we were ocean people. Yeah. We already had this relationship in our DNA, because that's what we do. Yeah. So it was already there. It
was already there. Yeah. And it's just so interesting to live in this culture, to live in American black life, African American life. Most of us have departed from our ancestral. And so here we are coming back, and we're like the oddballs, and we're weirdos, or we're not normal. Even within my own family, like my sisters were raised the same way I was, but I'm the only one who does this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't live that typical inner city black life, and would really never have. Nothing, there's anything wrong with it, but it's such a departure from our origins. Yes. Yes. It's such a departure.
And being able to heal, release at the ocean. Yeah. There's no like greater healing than this salt water, than this kind of kinetic energy. Yeah. We just were denied that. Yeah. We just were made to feel like it wasn't ours.
And we're still trying to be denied that.
Yes. Yes.
There's still a stigma too.
Yeah.
Stigma, self-imposed stigma. That's some of the things we were talking about. Self-imposed stigma, self-imposed
colonization.
Yeah, colonization.
Colonized mind.
Yeah. Separation.
Yes.
The same things that have been done to us by colonizers. Now people of color are actually doing it to themselves.
Yes.
And it's such a crying shame, and it's so
Continuing the
hurtful
colonization.
and painful. And
Yes.
and like I know for me, I'm in need of a lot of healing. So I'm really
Yes.
happy to be here in this union right now,
Yes.
in this communion right now.
I think we all are in need of healing.
Yeah.
We all are doing the work.
Yeah.
If anybody's not admitting to always doing the inner work to healing stuff, you know, we got to heal stuff from when we were children, and then adults, and then relationships, and then society, and we're all
Lost a lot of money due to racism. A lot of income I've lost to racism,
and
just
she's
the
an
loss
actress.
of-
She's been in some top movies, body double, stunt, all that, and
I just
and
met a
lot
body
of
double the other day, Virgil Carter. I don't know if you know him.
I
Double
don't.
for Eddie Murphy.
I don't, because I'm
Okay.
sort of just pretty much retired out of that, and I'm just acting and doing
Okay.
like some action acting. But yeah, I'm not real. I don't know. It's just a very painful part of my career and of my life.
yes.
So I wrote this poem, and it just reminded me of today because I do talk about our ancestors. So this poem is called "No Blackface." All right. So no blackface. That's the picture that I use. No blackface. Paint a face black that doesn't belong. Who's gonna right this terrible wrong? To steal my identity, appropriate my like, marring my name, equilibrium at stake. We all must awake. No reaping the benefit of what you have not. To bathe in rich skin tone, soft brown lava melts, a luxurious gift, my cause. I hear my ancestors cry, weeping beside me. Blood boils furious, writhing in pain. Look upon us kindly, Lord. No paint down of me. Scars tell our story, tales of our glory. Killing my brethren, terrorize my mood. Upon the next hour, more low-hanging fruit. Have you no shame or pride on your name? Ghastly image of me displayed for free. Ancestors rest in peace. Righteous images return. Belonging unique lineage. Adhere to our plea. Disgrace. This must cease. This poem is about the return of the shameful days of the blackface minstrel era in Hollywood, which are now referred to as the paint down, to the purpose of white stunt doubles, usually women, doubling for black actors.
Wow. That was good.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Yes.
And it just reminded me when this
Yes.
came up today.
Yes. Anybody have any final thoughts or anything? Or-
Look at us!
oh wow, yes, look at us.
We're awesome!
We are awesome. Let me get my stuff. Oh my God, it's freezing!
I know. I felt like our words were like pierced with cold.
Yes.
Like we were trying to get our thoughts out.
Which is good.
I think by the time you edit everything, it'll, the
Well,
best of whatever we said
yes.
will be.
Well, one thing about this mic is it's really good. Woo. But you know what? We were in the cold. We were in the elements. So if there's wind and cold, it'll be good. Because this is nature.